तो हेलो गाइस एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट का एक्ट 9 जिसका है ये पार्ट 3। तो पिछले पार्ट में काइंड ऑफ एवेंजर्स असेंबल हो रहा था, ठीक है, इन्फिनिटी वॉर एंड गेम जैसा। सारे पुराने साइड कैरेक्टर्स वापस आ गए विद वॉइस एक्टर्स जो कि बहुत ही अच्छा सूट कर रहे थे उनको। तो जेट वापस आ गई, बेन हम लोगों को देखने को मिला, लीलू पार वापस आ गई एंड और भी कैरेक्टर्स हम लोग को एपिप भी देखने को मिला। नाहिदा को एपिप ठीक कर दिया ऑलमोस्ट। एंड अभी चलो गाइस स्टोरी को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। पेंटालोने के साथ भी थोड़ी बहुत वॉइस एक्सचेंज, डायलॉग एक्सचेंज। ट्रैवलर को भी तक नहीं पता कि वो पेंटालोने के साथ बात कर चुका है। तो चलो और लेट नहीं करेंगे, कंटिन्यू करते हैं। अभी हम लोग टेंपल ऑफ साइलेंस के अंदर घुसने वाले हैं। जेट और बेनबेन को लेकर हम लोग आ गए टेंपल ऑफ साइलेंस के अंदर।
I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but I never imagined it would be this big.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back into the desert?
I don't know. This plan sounds a little too risky for my liking.
Even in King Deshret's day, this was experimental technology. We have no
क्या plan कर रहे
idea
हो
what
तुम
could
लोग?
happen if we activate it.
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal, I'm afraid this is our only option.
The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are to proceed, we must act quickly. The scale of this project is enormous. Even with Carvey, Farozan, and every other scholar of mechanics working on it full-time, the proposed modifications won't happen overnight.
You're back. Everything all right? And who are they?
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence is. This guy's Kave, and the one next to him is Al-Haytham.
उसका gay boyfriend।
Hello, I'm Jet, and this is Lilupar.
Ah, a famous name from the history book.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a friend is a friend
लीलू
of
पार
mine,
को देख के
as
ज्यादा
they
शौक
say.
होना चाहिए सब लोगों को।
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Gotta keep an eye on them. Still,
अरे।
I do trust the traveler's judgment. I'm sure you're good people.
The sandstorms have calmed
मेरा
down.
और हर जगह हाई
I
है,
take it
ठीक
the
है।
Gurubad problem is
सबको मेरे
resolved?
से उम्मीद है।
What did you find?
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there. Luckily, Jet used the mechanism outside to free us, and then we got Lilupar to put a stop to the chaos.
Wow. Thanks for being there to help them.
So, this mystery man openly admitted that he was merely a Harbinger subordinate.
Yeah? Is there something weird about that?
I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an enemy. Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nod...
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big conspiracy behind all this?
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just the simple fact that having someone to shift the blame on tends to prove useful, should trouble come knocking later. The most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort into disguising himself.
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you guys talk while I take a walk with Lilupar.
वाओ।
Jet?
ओह, ये दोनों एक दूसरे को जानते हैं।
Aren't you with the Blazing Beasts? What a coincidence. Didn't expect to run into you.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere. Who's this with you?
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the temple?
You bet we did.
भाई ये
This
पूरा
place is
एवेंजर्स
incredible.
इन्फिनिटी गेम और
It
एंड
has
गेम जैसा हो
everything.
रहा है।
So far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility. Building a new system from scratch is out of the question. So our only option is to modify the Akasha using certain resources we hope to find in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Okay.
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device in academic circles, which
I think
suggests
मुझे पता है
it
वो
was
क्या
hidden
है।
quite effectively. If these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be sufficient to power our Akasha renovation plan.
By the way, नेफर के कैट का नाम भी आरू है.
However, this raises difficult questions regarding technological integration. The sages are still debating it.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued it out. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of crisis like this leave us with little choice.
Wait, Paimon has a question. Is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right?
हाँ.
Some sort
हम
of
लोग मिल
prison
चुके हैं यार
where the
उससे.
Goat King Ibis.
Well remembered. Yes, according to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisans working together. It was a miraculous
यार
accomplishment.
नॉर्ड करा ही चले
And
जाओ,
it lies
नेटलैंड
hidden
चले
deep
जाओ,
within the
सुमेरु.
king's mausoleum to this day.
दशरथ के बारे में बात तो होती.
That being said, what Aru actually does and why it was built, those are deep secrets we are not privy to. Until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now is because we heard it from the Ibis King Thoth himself at his temple.
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first heard about it, she thought it sounded pretty unbelievable too. Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King told us they were trapped in Aru and that they had to answer 3 questions to get out.
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall? What obliterates love and hate? And what determines truth and falsehood?
हम लोग तो मिल चुके हैं यार इससे.
If only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King before, so she might know more.
हाँ, उसको आंसर्स भी पता होंगे.
Not cry. Funny. She showed up here earlier.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Had another lady with her too. Both said they knew you. They contacted the sages, claiming they might be able to offer some assistance.
वो भी आई थी क्या?
Really?
Loma.
They came here?
Yes, really. It was just before you got back. One of them said she's made Nod cry her home. If she's the person you were talking about, then...
Nod cry her home.
Looks like betting on Aru was the right...
See? They're right.
Nicole! Nefer!
Oh, Nicole. Damn, guys.
Why, hello.
What a cool lab. भाई सब लोग
hell?
वापस आ रहे हैं भाई. This is Infinity War level shit. यार गेंशिन अभी ऐसा कर रहा है. मतलब शेजरा के लास्ट में क्या होगा भाई? सारे नेशंस के सारे कैरेक्टर, जस्ट इमेजिन गाइस, सारे नेशंस के सारे कैरेक्टर्स एक साथ एक जगह पे.
It's a good thing we left early. We almost got locked out.
Locked out?
Oh, you haven't heard? An invisible barrier has appeared around Sumeru's
अरे बाप
borders,
रे.
cutting off all travel in and out. No one can leave and no one can enter. Sumeru has become a lonely island.
Are the Fatui behind this too?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. I suspect it's a defense mechanism within Irminsul. Irminsul is the source of Tevat's ley lines, after all, and Sumeru is the nation closest to it.
पर फटुई तो इन्वॉल्व है ही
I imagine this function was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage, preventing the disaster from spreading to the rest of Tevat. It may have been implemented long...
But doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other nations if the anomaly keeps spreading?
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world, and Sumeru is the eye of the storm.
Paimon's surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this tested my skills to the limit.
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely you don't think I still have feelings for that place?
अरे रे रे. हाँ, इसकी तो पूरी जिंदगी वहाँ बर्बाद हो गई थी.
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought you knew everything.
All I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time. So I do know a thing or two about him. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to. But everyone
Nicole को
has
underestimate
secrets
मत
they'd
करो.
rather keep to themselves.
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss Nicole. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That does...
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is always a reason to be found behind both salvation and destruction. Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and in conflict. That's why people change their minds about things all the time. But that's where we angels come in. Our duty, ultimately, is to guide people towards their deepest, truest desires. So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions in the end, that's okay.
देखा जाए तो नेफर फ्री में काम कर रही है.
I refuse.
Oh wow.
Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one another?
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be left stuck in the past forever, never living in the present. But I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands, the bloodshed, both deserved and undeserved. Those old emotions cling to me like a shadow.
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever. Those emotions and memories shaped me into the person I am today. They'll always be a part of me.
In that case, would you like to hear my perspective, at least?
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, when the
Okay,
angels
guys, फिर से
still
lore.
walked freely upon the earth, I found life tedious. Monotonous work, lukewarm relationships. Things weren't nearly as interesting as they are now. And yet, since the angel's demise, I have found myself missing those days on more than one occasion. Human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, the memories quickly fade, and the emotions slip away along with them. If Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, it would not take long for the memories buried deep in your heart. Both love and hate are intense emotions, but they are nothing compared to the void left behind when they...
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the things they hate. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing between customers. As much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win.
बेसिक है भाई, एक जगह बर्बाद हो रही है, लोग मर रहे हैं, तो तू मतलब एज अ नाइस ह्यूमन बीइंग तो मदद करेगी ना.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you?
What do you think?
I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures.
Hey,
the ones I carve are actually worth quite a lot.
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
Wow. Thank you.
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
योड़ा भाई इधर का संभाल
I'm
लीजिए.
going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the curatorium.
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa. Don't worry, boss. You can count on me.
And that was how the
योड़ा
ingenious
बहुत अच्छी
Angel
employee है,
Nicole
like best
brought you the
employee.
perfect person for the job in your hour of need. Hip hip hooray!
That was far more detailed than necessary. Not lacking in embellishment either. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned, I suppose. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She is still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long.
कैंडिस फिर इसको जानती है.
Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything. We have some good news, though.
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru, then use it to try and restore the Akasha system.
According to
Aru को भी
records in the
convince
Temple
करना
of
पड़ेगा.
Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's Chute, which can be used to establish connection with Aru. We still have some time before we leave, so there's no rush.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
एक तो एंजल है बेसिकली एंड दूसरी नेफर.
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done. So if you don't mind, I think I should come with you.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry.
डेजर्ट
It
के
was
लोग
just a
डेजर्ट के
random
लोगों को
thought.
पहचान लेते हैं.
I'm Dia, an Eremite mercenary. My work usually keeps me out in the desert.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces to the names. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh?
चलो कौन है तो जानती है. ओके तो यही थी.
Huh. Are my eyes
नहीं
playing
वो एक
tricks on
एंजल
me?
है, वो बात नहीं
It
कर
looked like you spoke without moving your mouth.
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it. What is it, Kale?
It's you. You're the voice who's been speaking in my head, aren't
यार
you?
मुझे इतना अच्छा क्यों लग रहा है. ऐसे कुछ मतलब खतरनाक कुछ हो रहा है. मतलब एकदम ही फिनाले चल रहा है. I like it, guys. I like playing this quest so far.
You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon, and got me to recite that magic prayer.
Mm-hmm. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since ancient times.
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but, what exactly is an angel?
Okay, दिया से ये expected है. इसने कभी एंजल के बारे में सुना ही नहीं है.
Oh, well, we're a rather long-living race of beings. Not gods, technically, but we can still tell you a lot of stories from ancient history.
Yep. And she's also an amazing sculptor.
You could say she's a real creative type.
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon give you rave
अबे
reviews,
वो
you
एक
must be
एंजल है
pretty
भाई. तेरे को
impressive.
उसको ज़्यादा respect देनी चाहिए. खैर.
Oh, please don't call me ma'am.
कोई पाइमोन
I
को क्यों
find
नहीं
it
question
so
हो रहा?
awkward when people get too formal with me. Just relax and be yourselves. No need to be nervous.
Miss Nicole, if it's okay.
Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion, and you are desperate for answers. I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream of Sumeru City in disarray? Why did those verses soothe the Jinn only when recited by you? I can guide you to the truth, but it involves a personal secret of yours. I'd prefer to speak with you alone, if possible.
I think वो टिटोरे ने इसके साथ छेड़छाड़ किया था ना, तभी कुछ हुआ होगा. Okay, क्या करना है भाई? कहाँ जाना है? Let's go.
I thought we were going to speak alone.
सब
This
लोग
is a lot more people than.
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family members.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed,
Well,
I
सब
have
अपने ही
no
लोग हैं यहाँ
problem with
पे.
it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but whatever it is, there's no need for me to hide it from my closest friends.
Closest friends? It's so nice to hear.
मुझे भी अच्छा लगा ये सुन के. यार कितना बढ़िया क्विज जा रहा है ये. I love it.
All right. In that case, I'll get right to it. Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. Nothing could cure it. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help. And I was sent to an unfamiliar place.
फिर डॉक्टर ने इसकी हालत ही खराब कर
There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us
वही है
with some strange
Ildatore.
medicine, which I heard contained god remains. I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, I've gradually been able to overcome those. Anyway, so you're saying that what happened to me has something to do with the god remains they injected me with?
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
हाँ?
What?
क्या? भाई लीलू पर भी शॉक हो गया भाई मैं भी शॉक हो गया. What the hell, डिटोरे? Screw you. भाई क्या बंदा है भाई डिटोरे, भाई क्या बंदा है.
Fascinating.
क्या fascinating भाई.
You don't seem surprised like the rest of us. Why?
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the Jinn.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Lilupar?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the Eternal Oasis. But some fragments remained unaccounted for. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for use in some experiment. You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it. Yet you have coexisted with her all this time with...
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power, really. But knowing that a fragment of the Goddess of Flowers is inside my body is... It's a strange feeling.
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense of self.
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's nothing to be concerned about.
Huh. I guess you, of all people, have a good reason to speak on this.
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis's Ba fragments that I could bear.
Let me guess. Because 2's company, but 3's a crowd?
Oh my god.
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tynar.
Not my intention.
ये भगवान ये बंद करो यार.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
यार ये इन लोगों को पहचान दिए.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way, you are simply you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from the Goddess of Flowers?
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide living beings. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining the Mother of Dreams, Lord of Flowers and Oases, she must have had a premonition.
हाँ तो ये उसका पूरा टाइटल है, इसीलिए उसको सपने आ रहे थे.
We won't let our efforts go to waste, but I still don't understand.
इसीलिए नाहिदा ने उस चीज को सीरियसली लिया.
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only one injected with god remains, but only in you have her fragments persisted. I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely assimilated by that will. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man said, you are who you are, and that will not change. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the patient? If not, we should head to the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Let's move out. Time to put our plan into action.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed, the scale of the work to follow is daunting to say the least.
Haven't you handled other big projects before?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably
Dory
the
ka ghar.
Palace of Alcazarzaray, I guess. But this is orders of magnitude beyond that. It's a total nightmare.
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after the fact.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved far more quickly and smoothly than last time.
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening.
I guess
Now,
यार वो
go
दोनों
and
कितना
pack your
perfect
things.
couple है यार.
We'll head to the mausoleum as soon as you're ready.
Oh, लेला भी आ गई. Nice. लेला बोल रहा हूँ. Sorry.
Oh,
फारूजान.
Mr. Cole.
Madam Faruzan.
I heard you're a very talented sculptor. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want to blow my own trumpet.
अरे देखो देखो blush कर रही.
Honestly, even though Kasharawar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Kasharawar scholars are quite serious about sculpting as a hobby. So if they rate your work, that's enough for us. We just have to take a look.
Who's we?
Myself and a few other scholars. Kashif, Daneshvar, come take a look.
Kashif.
Oh, well, if you insist, I...
ए भगवान. ये अभी क्या? अरे यार मेन चीज पे फोकस करो भाई. ये क्या हो रहा है?
Whoa! Where did that come from?
Instantly.
Look at the level of detail. It's so lifelike. The squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion, and the earth trembles beneath its feet. What do you think? Striking, isn't it?
Kave? Kave, come here for a sec. Oh, and Madam Faruzan, didn't you used to study in our darshan? Come take a look.
All right, but hang on a moment. I have to finish reviewing this proposal.
अरे यार ये फैन ये सब
You
बंद
call?
कर दो भाई. फैन
What is it,
गर्मी चल रही है
youngster?
अब.
This squirrel statue. Isn't it cute?
मैं फारूजान इन लोगों को यंगस्टर बोल सकती है पर रिकॉल करो.
A squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out to me. Were you trying to carve a statue of a hero, young lady?
हे भगवान क्या हो रहा है भाई?
A hero?
Young
I
lady.
suppose so. Actually, I didn't really have a specific theme in mind. I just started working on it, and this is how it turned out.
उसने बस चुटकी बजाई और वो हो
I
गया.
see. Well, do you tend to read novels about heroes?
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those. Everyone loves a good tale of daring do, right?
Then perhaps this statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down inside. Also on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger raised towards the heavens, it would lend a greater gravitas to the overall image. I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. It has a certain classical beauty about it. Kave! Kave!
काफी critical appreciation
Sorry, Madam
फारूजान देते
Faruzan,
हुए.
I'm a little busy right now. Don't wait up for me.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic tastes. I was hoping to ask him for his opinion.
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great direction to explore.
क्या कितने प्यारी है निकोल.
That's it. Once I get back, I'm going to sculpt a heroic squirrel pointing its finger towards the sky.
Precisely. A declaration of victory. You understand my vision. Then place the two statues face to...
Yes! That's exactly what I...
It'll be a masterpiece. Miss... I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Just call me Nicole. Madam...
अरे यार इसको मैडम मत
Was
बोलो.
it?
खैर मतलब क्या बोलूं अब मैं यार.
What? Oh, no. That wouldn't be right.
Why ever not? Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. Anyone may call me Madam if they so desire. My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure of meeting again, I shall look forward to seeing your
I
new
like
work.
कि ये लोग मतलब निकोल को एकदम ऐसे भगवान की तरफ नहीं देख रहे कि मेरे एंजल, अरे बाप रे एंजल, oh my god, angel from the ancient times. ऐसा नहीं कर रहे
In this
कोई.
day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical aesthetics. Meeting you was truly a pleasant surprise.
Honestly, I feel the same way.
I guess
It's
फारूजान
been
को
a
उतना
long
पता नहीं है
time
कि
since
actually
I
कौन
met
है.
anyone interested in this style of statue. Clearly, they don't call you Madam for nothing. Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really am
ये दोनों तो
someone who
instantly
likes
connect हो
stories
गए एक
about
दूसरे के साथ.
heroes.
Sorry, keeping watch over heroes? What exactly do you do for a living?
ये एक एंजल है.
Never mind that.
Let's not tell Madame Faruzan about Miss Nicole's true identity for now.
हाँ.
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation to aesthetic.
Okay. क्या
Let's
बातें हो
not
रही हैं?
tell Madame Faruzan.
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation to aesthetics.
और ये लोग क्या बात कर रहे हैं? ये लोग बात कर रहे हैं. ये लोग क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
What's wrong? You look a little depressed. Kale got a fragment of the goddess of flowers. And all I got was one of the 7 pillars who served under King Deshret. I lost out, didn't I?
Oh my god, Sino! Sino, come on, bro. ये कोई मतलब कंपटीशन नहीं हो रहा है भाई.
That's what you're upset about? You're such a child.
Oh, लैला भी है. Finally मेरे मुंह से इतनी बार लैला का नाम निकला था.
Oh, so many books.
Okay, ये
More
सोने
than
वाली
I
लैला
could
है.
ever read in my. But I've learned a lot that the textbooks could never teach me. I never realized that people in the distant past thought about some of the same questions we ponder today.
I guess काव्य रह गया. Oh, college.
Paimon, thanks again for your notes. I'm done.
चलो बुक भी वापस मिल गया.
Just let Paimon know if you ever need help.
काव्य कहाँ है? ओके, ये तो बिजी है भाई, इसको डिस्टर्ब मत करो. ओके, नेक्स्ट कहाँ जाना है? अच्छा, इन लोगों से ही बात करना रह गया ना.
Good to finally meet you in the flesh. It's a little surreal seeing you here after exchanging letters for so long. In my head, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets didn't look so young.
Sounds like you have some history.
Any budding mercenary group needs a steady supply of intel. They, in turn, can prove an exceptional source of the same. The Curatorium of Secrets is happy to cooperate with friends from all over the world. If you're interested, you'd be very welcome to join our network too, Miss Dia.
Oh wow, भाई दिया का networking हो गया भाई इसी बहाने.
Can't say no to a solid partnership, especially out here in the desert. Having intel can mean the difference between life, but cooperation's built on mutual trust. And there isn't much contact between the desert and Nodcry. So, I'm guessing you reached out to Jet first, Miss What's behind your interest in the desert? Nostalgia? Or is there someone you're looking to take care of? Let's put all our cards on the table first. Things will go more smooth.
I like your style, Flame Mane. Actually,
Damn,
I had
Flame
this same
Mane, इसको पता था
discussion
क्या
with
इसका
Jet
title
before
पहले
we
से?
started working together. To be clear, I have no intention of using you for any ulterior motives. And I have no enemies in the desert. Were that to change, I wouldn't drag outsiders into a conflict that doesn't concern them. There's no point in doing certain things if you don't do them yourself.
Well said. Taking responsibility for one's own affairs is the way of the desert folk.
You sure that's a compliment?
Absolutely.
I'll take it. Perhaps we can discuss our cooperation in more detail now?
यार मुझे एंड गेम इन्फिनिटी वॉर की याद आ गई. वो याद है कैसे स्पाइडरमैन और वो सब लोग भाई मिल रहे थे पीटर क्विल के साथ और वो सब हो रहा था.
I love working with no nonsense people.
As do I.
ओके, आई गेस सबसे बात हो चुकी है मेनली. चलो कंटिन्यू करते हैं अभी. ओके, हम लोग यहाँ पे आ चुके हैं गाइस.
I hope everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very
मैं कुछ
shortly.
ज़्यादा ही रेडी हूँ. Let's go guys, let's go. Let's do this. भाई बहुत टाइम बाद मैं यहाँ वापस आ रहा हूँ, बहुत टाइम बाद. I think 3 साल हो गए होंगे मेरे को यहाँ लास्ट विजिट किए.
Ever, really? What is this place now, a tourist attraction? Ah, closer inspection reveals many familiar faces. To what do we dusty old fellows owe the honor? Surely you're not just here to chat.
You surmise correctly. We are here to carry out a rather enormous project.
Oh, enormous, you say? How large, then? Larger than the gaping void in our life? Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee and Crocco's faces. All this activity is making for quite a special day. I know that laugh. Lilapar, what on earth are you doing here?
चलो भाई सबका legendary लोगों का भी collab चल रहा है भाई.
This is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as you stay alive long enough. When did you 3 get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings. Truly hysterical.
Why you? Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lilupar. Goatee, Crocco, and I all have the same problem. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free, and how did you get in here?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day, should you ever get the chance. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving not a single shard behind. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important.
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle lady.
रेफर को तो पसंद आएगी ये.
Time is of the essence. Let's get down to business. We come to you, O 3 ancient lords, to request your assistance on behalf of the Academia. If we can help you regain your freedom, then please consider lending us your aid. As for precisely what we need your help with, it's a long story. So, to demonstrate our sincerity, we are prepared to first resolve the problems that plague the 3 of you.
All right, stop arguing, Crocco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting so angry about. Forget about her. The 3 questions are the crucial thing here. But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final question, Nefer, but the seal did not open. Unless, with the passage of time, you have found a new answer?
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul.
Oh.
Liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world. But if you want them to tell you the truth, you have to reach their soul.
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so. Unfortunately, it brought us no closer to liberation.
Well, that's simply because it was my answer, not the one King Deshret was looking for.
Can you guess which answer Al-Ahmar wanted then?
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. It's the answer to all 3 of them. All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and hate eventually fade into nothing. Current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. You once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is, the more inclined they are to believe that only time is qualified to be their judge.
Time. Well. Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to bring love and hate, right and wrong, the rise and fall of all things back to their point of origin.
हाँ सील टूट गया तो यही था ओरिजिनल आंसर. भाई जिन्होंने डेजर्ट वाला क्वेस्ट नहीं किया ना भाई उनके लिए तो लॉस ही लॉस. साइड क्वेस्ट जिन्होंने नहीं किया. वो माय गॉड, ओ माय गॉड, व्हाट द Bro, Genshin, excuse me, yo, what the भाई तुम लोग ऐसे ही ड्रॉप नहीं कर सकते भाई, मतलब क्रेजी भाई, इस लॉर में क्या क्या ड्रॉप हो रहा है। ये 3 लेजेंड्स भाई लिटरली हम लोगों के सामने आ गए इन फुल गेटअप, लाइक oh my god, I don't know what to say.
This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long time. You have my sincere gratitude.
Are those
अब ये लोग क्या करेंगे?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You three seem to be in good spirits.
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have to experience it for yourself. Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease, seeing you two getting along so well.
भाई सबकी तो फट जगह चार हो जानी चाहिए, ये लाइक क्या हो रहा है भाई, कोई एक पागल रिएक्शन प्लीज किसी का तो होना चाहिए था।
Should we maybe introduce ourselves, or...
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino. And this is the former Spantamad sage, Cyrus. But I'm guessing none of that means a whole lot to you.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world for longer than you can imagine.
Well, अब तो ये लोग वापस आ गए।
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later. It'll give me something to talk about with my chosen disciple.
You're like a helpless parrot. Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought I ought to share its fruits with you two.
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my persistence that won you both your freedom.
Fair point. I have to applaud your persistence.
And I must praise you for your wisdom. Now, state your wishes, young ones.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us do something for you in return.
General Mahamatra, what do you think?
Power source.
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before. And we need your help.
इस क्राइसिस के बहाने ये तीनों फ्री हो गए।
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another, whether we were its cause or consequence.
Whatever is wrong with Irminsul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a coma and is currently receiving treatment from the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry, the Dendro Dragon is helping to heal the Dendro Archon?
बहुत मन से तो नहीं कर रही, but कर रही है।
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her basic instincts. Ah, good heavens.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons. I suppose she and Kusanali must have some history.
You can help us make history too.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one can connect to Irminsul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can use its technology to our advantage.
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be pitted against Irminsul itself.
क्या पता हम लोग complete कर दें।
Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up over such would be...
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern technology should solve the efficiency issues. We have no choice but to go all in on this.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to negotiate with you. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in Sumeru. They need you.
Come on, भाई इतना help तो करेंगे.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we lend our support or not?
Since you ask so nicely, naturally.
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
We do. We understand the risks involved.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia. Knowing this, are you sure of your decision?
We are sure.
अरे
Before
traveler
people can
है भाई उन
dream,
लोगों के साथ
they
मैं
must
हूँ.
first to live.
मैं fate बदल सकता हूँ.
If your minds are made up, very well. We shall summon our erstwhile colleagues to discuss this further. Saint Shezepank.
बाप रे क्या क्या summon कर रहे हैं भाई लोग? हैं?
Once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Deshret. But now, we invoke the right to awaken you with our voices.
क्या हो रहा है भाई? और कौन आ रहा है? अरे बाप रे.
Saint Binu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
भाई ये तो रोबोट AI की तरह बात कर रहे हैं.
Responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Ah, Lord Herreshoff. What a long time it has been. I trust you are keeping well.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase, in life, death, and now even beyond.
Al-Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for this meeting?
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have the right to support or oppose.
Aru is the pride of Al-Akmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars. I hope you have a convincing reason to present to us.
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Al-Ahmar was a stern ruler, he was also a teacher of wisdom.
भाई calamity के वक्त भाई सारे legendary लोग साथ में आ रहे हैं.
God without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people.
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
Well, I guess वो कर लेगी.
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing the Dendro Archon.
Huh?
सारे शॉक हो
Can
गए.
someone attest to this? Do we have any proof?
I ask the 3 kings, can any of you vouch for the truth of this claim?
Naturally, the Ibis King, Thoth.
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its
अरे सच ही बोल रहे हैं भाई हम लोग झूठ
Simply
नहीं बोल
let
रहे.
Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear conscience.
Hereshef, you diabolical fiend.
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision. What sort of fiend would do that?
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around. At times like this, he would offer to take accountability.
Well, उसके remains भी
What
है
are you
हमारे पास.
trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than Hermanubis?
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shezpank, approve the Goat King's proposal.
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return to the ley lines. To take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our king to a permanent end.
वेल आई गेस ये लॉजिकली मतलब मॉडली लॉजिकली सही है आई गेस मतलब एक मतलब देखो नेचुरली तो ले लाइन में ही चले जाने चाहिए सबको यहाँ के.
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore, the contemporary human perspective would contend that confining souls in this way is no act of benevolence. The deceased have a right to rest in peace.
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. It is just that many do not see it this way.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time, while the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King have also granted permission to liberate Aru. By the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will, let the gates of Aru be reopened.
चलो भाई आरू खुल रही है फाइनली. सारे आत्माएं बाहर आ गई.
What's this? Are we under attack? No. Wait,
Here you are, through the sands of time.
Oh my God.
Father, is it really you?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hell no.
Jet's father, Jibriel! That's right! He entered the golden slumber, didn't he?
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown, strong as a wild beast, and without shedding a tear.
You have to leave, don't you? Please, just answer me this. What should I do for you?
अरे यार फिर से गेंशिन अपने इमोशनल करने वाली चीजों में.
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Semail, is finally free. I am truly grateful for the chance to see you again. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Enough to set my heart at ease. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of yourself.
अरे रे. Damn भाई. Unexpected चीजें.
Father!
अरे यार.
Father.
Hey, Jet. Do you want something to eat?
अरे यार.
Maybe it'll help you feel better.
कुछ और ही ऑफर कर देती.
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. The chance to see my father again meant the world to me.
Guess नेफर का बाप देखने को मिलता हम लोगों को यहाँ पे. Just एक बार सोच के देखो क्या होता.
He was trapped in the golden slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time, he can finally rest in peace.
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. My family, the good times and the bad. Goodbye, Father.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was. It seems we did a good deed.
We three retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Either way, Aru is open. Now you have your opportunity. And with it, whatever trouble may ensue. Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world. Perhaps the relationship between gods and humanity follows a similar principle.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but Please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will be most displeased.
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise.
पूरा उसके ऊपर ही उड़ेल दो किसी ने कुछ किया तो आइबिस किंग की गलती है.
And so it follows that you must accept the risks of associating with humans.
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru, never to leave again for all eternity.
All of us? What does this have to do with...
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, allow me to present you with a gift. Using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall afford you some convenience.
Chalo, thank you.
Unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by
अब
sight
बाहर का
or
कोई interfere
hearing
नहीं कर
perceive
पाएगा.
anything said or done within the mausoleum.
Amazing. And all this is achieved just with the power of Aru?
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away. This...
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side? Do we have the manpower?
Why, yes. I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
चलो बहुत बढ़िया. एंड यहीं पे हमारा एक्ट 9 सॉरी हाँ एक्ट 9 खत्म होता है. यहाँ पे हमारा एक्ट 9 पार्ट 3 यहीं पे खत्म होता है. ये पहला गेंशिन का क्वेस्ट है जो एक्ट 10 तक जा रहा है.
Ah, fresh air. A wondrous feeling.
Naturally.
I have a sudden urge to stretch my legs. Can anyone recommend a suitable leisure activity?
I might have had some recommendations for you were this the past. But here and now, for someone who has just left prison, there could be no greater joy than simply being outside of it.
I could not agree more.
ये लोग फ्री हो गए और ये लोग क्या बातें कर रहे हैं?
As I thought. The so-called 7 pillars of King Deshret are as underwhelming as ever.
What do you mean? Not a fan of the boys' club?
As men, as individuals, and even as gods, they are entirely undeserving of my attention. Al-Akhmar once commanded me to select a king from among the people. So naturally my eyes will open only for one who is worthy.
And वो अब मैं हूँ.
Can we talk about something else? It all sounds pretty complicated, and I haven't read that many storybooks.
You think this is a mere story? Well, many would also say that the journey you shared with your father is not but a tale. My life, your life, they are nothing but story. Little girl, it appears that you really have grown. In the past, you would have flown into a blind rage at my words, but now you are unperturbed.
Oh, it's nothing. I just feel like you're right. Getting all pissed at someone for telling the truth is pointless. It only makes me look petty.
This alone is proof enough of your growth. You're doing well, my dear girl.
कितनी बड़ी हो
You're
चुकी है
becoming
जेट.
ever stronger. Strong enough to defend the people and things you hold dear.
You think so? I hope you're right.
इतनी बड़ी हो चुकी है कि अभी उसका एक खुद का वॉइस एक्टर भी है. और कौन-कौन है यहाँ? यहाँ पे कोई लास्ट इन लोगों से बात कर लेता है बस.
You must be Sethos, the successor to the Temple of Silence. Hello.
Yup. That's me. Nefer, right? That's what I heard the others calling you. Judging by your outfit, I'm guessing you come from the desert too?
That's right. Started off in the desert, went to the rainforest, then went from there to Nodcry, where I work as an intel broker.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. You don't seem to talk about yourself all that much. Yet here you are, volunteering your life story to me. However abridged.
Maybe I'm looking to make some new friends.
और intel और फायदा.
I like making friends too. I'm easier to talk to than Sino and a little more streetwise than Tainari.
Which is why you came over this way. giving me the chance to strike up a conversation with you.
Was I that?
I think you did fine. You were mindful of my attitude and hoped to lure me in through sentiment.
Lure you in isn't exactly how I'd put it. I see it more as an invitation.
An invitation to what?
To put down your luggage. Lay down your burdens. To return to your homeland.
ये तो ये नहीं करने
truly
वाली.
welcome in the place you once felt so estranged from.
You're a more interesting heir to Bamun than I was expecting.
Since you're familiar with my grandfather, I'll assume you're aware of our situation. I'd like to make friends with you. And I think you'd be a great asset to it. Not to mention the power you and I both hold. Originally belonged to the same organization.
Aha. There we go.
काफी माफिया लेवल की बातें चल रही थी. इनसे बात कर लेते हैं. इनका वॉइस नहीं दिया यहाँ पे. फिर से ज़हा हदी के बारे में बातें करते थे. ओके, ये मैं स्किप कर रहा हूँ. एंड लास्ट में ये दोनों.
Do you hear that? Sounds like your teacher is scolding mine.
Huh. Classic.
Did you see her? She's a former Vahumana student who dropped out of the academia and went to Nodcry to work as an intel broker. There's more to her than meets the eye.
उससे पहले उसने एक बहुत बड़ा मैसेकर भी प्लान किया था. ठीक है.
How can you
जिसके
tell?
बारे में लोगों को नहीं पता.
Do the Matra have information on her?
Some, but nothing telling. I'm basing it on the fact that she seems to be an expert liar. She can fool many with her words.
A sixth sense for liars after investigating so many of them, I take it?
Yep. What about you?
Well, ये
What do
deny
you
भी नहीं
make
कर
of her?
सकते.
A little earlier, in the corner, I noticed she gave some supplies to Jet and had her deliver them to the main group.
She's meticulous and highly observant.
Besides, what was it you said? Making it to the top is no easy feat in any profession. Anyone who's at the top of their game has to have some sort of edge over others.
It's true, but she's not the only one at the top of her game.
Sure, but what's to guarantee she won't overhear us talking about her?
Don't worry. I have my methods. Sethos is distracting her.
Ah, I see.
Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. I think सबसे हम लोगों ने बात कर लिया और कोई बचा नहीं है. एंड हम लोग ये वाला पार्ट कंटिन्यू करेंगे नेक्स्ट पार्ट में. तो गाइज, अगर आप लोगों को ये वाला पार्ट देख के अच्छा लगा तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक करना, चैनल को भी जरूर से सब्सक्राइब कर देना है. मैं आपको जल्दी मिलता हूँ इसके नेक्स्ट पार्ट में, तो मतलब एक्ट 10 में. तो तब तक के लिए बाय बाय.